The M5 MacBook Air is almost perfect, but three limitations could turn the 15-inch model into an expensive mistake. A 60Hz screen, only two USB-C ports, and upgrades you can never add later. Those limits are easy to ignore on a specifications page. They become important when you choose a display size, connect accessories, or run out of storage. In the next 5 minutes, you will learn which Air to buy, when the Pro is worth more, and which current Mac owners should keep their laptop. The M5 uses a 10-core CPU and a newer GPU architecture. Current Geekbench results commonly land around 4,100 single-core and 16 to 17,000 multi-core. Those numbers translate into immediate app launches, smooth browser-heavy work, quick code builds, and enough headroom for photo editing and moderate video projects. A benchmark can confirm capability, but it cannot tell you whether your work feels better. The real question is whether the whole machine removes friction. Long renders, complex three-dimensional scenes, and sustained professional video exports still favor a cooled MacBook Pro. Fanless design has physical limits. For short creative bursts and demanding everyday multitasking, the Air is remarkably quick. Most buyers will hit storage or screen limits before CPU limits. The most underrated feature is the one you cannot hear. There is no fans, so calls, libraries, bedrooms, and quiet offices remain genuinely quiet. Fanless laptops once meant weak performance. Here, efficiency lets the machine stay responsive without turning every browser session into a contest between heat and noise. Under a long, heavy workload, performance can fall as heat builds. For normal work, that behavior is difficult to notice. Professionals should plan around it. The 15.3-inch display changes how the laptop feels. Two useful windows can sit side by side without shrinking every page into a cramped column. Choose 13 inches when portability is the priority. Choose 15 when the built-in screen is your main workplace. The larger model is about space, not extra CPU speed. The Liquid Retina panel is sharp, colorful, and rated at 500 nits. It remains 60 Hz, so scrolling is not as fluid as on ProMotion displays. For documents, coding, research, spreadsheets, and media, it is excellent. Buyers who value high refresh rates should see the panel in person before ordering. The 2026 model starts with 16 GB of unified memory and 512 GB of storage. That is a much healthier entry configuration. The SSD cannot be upgraded later. 512 GB is reasonable for general use, but video libraries and local AI models can fill it quickly. 16 GB can handle many tabs, office apps, coding tools, and light creative work. Large virtual machines and professional media timelines justify more memory. Do not configure only for today's workload. Choose enough storage and memory for the work you expect near the end of the laptop's useful life. Apple rates the Air for up to 18 hours. Real endurance depends on brightness and workload, but the practical benefit is leaving the charger behind more often. A laptop feels more portable when its power adapter stays at home. Efficient sleep and USB-C charging also reduce the anxiety of working away from an outlet. Fast wake sounds like a tiny feature, until it happens dozens of times every day. The best result is that opening the laptop stops feeling like a separate task. Apple's M1 wireless chip adds Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6. The upgrade is most useful with a modern router, fast local storage, or large network transfers. A new Wi-Fi label cannot improve a slow internet plan or crowded old router. It is valuable future-proofing, not an automatic speed guarantee. The 12-megapixel center stage camera, 3-microphone array, and capable speakers make the Air a strong, everyday machine for remote classes and meetings. You get MagSafe, a headphone jack, and two Thunderbolt 4 ports. Both USB-C ports sit on the same side, and there is no built-in HDMI or SD card slot. External displays, wired networking, memory cards, and several accessories can turn a small dock into a permanent companion. Include that cost in your decision. The Air keeps Thunderbolt 4, while higher-end models move further. Most owners will be fine, but demanding dock and display setups deserve careful checking. An iPhone, Apple Watch, or another Mac can make setup, file transfer, passwords, messages, and clipboard sharing feel unusually cohesive with very little configuration. That convenience is real, but it works best when more of your devices come from the same company. Consider flexibility before moving your entire workflow. Owners of older Intel laptops will feel the largest change in noise, heat, responsiveness, battery life, and sleep behavior. For them, this is a major generational jump. A healthy M1 Air remains useful. Upgrade when battery wear, small storage, camera quality, screen size, or heavier work has become a genuine limitation. These machines already share much of the modern experience. The M5 makes sense for a larger display, better base storage, or workloads that clearly need more performance. For most M4 owners, Replacing a one-year-old laptop would buy a modest refinement rather than a transformed experience. Keeping the current machine is the smarter value. A 120Hz display, ports on both sides, and Thunderbolt 5 would make the Air easier to recommend without qualification. For general buyers, 16GB and 512GB is sensible. Increase memory for virtual machines. Increase storage for large media or local AI work. The M5 Air succeeds through consistency. Fast, quiet, light, long-lasting, and spacious in the 15-inch version. Its weaknesses are visible, but rarely disruptive. If your work is demanding but not continuously workstation class, the M5 MacBook Air is one of the strongest all-round laptop choices available in 2026. Would you choose the 13-inch Air, the 15-inch Air, or a MacBook Pro? Comment with your workload and subscribe for more independent technology guides.